At the beginning of 2024, Costco debuted their double chocolate chunk cookie, a 750 calorie cookie that's over 7 inches long, which I heard is pretty big.
Hey, yo!
And since I love being a masochist, for the next 3 days, that's all I'll be eating for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Besides the cookie, I can only have water and coffee, and that's it. So what's the point of doing this project, you ask? Well, I actually have a reason. It's because I am a moron. My videographer Bill came to join me on the first meal of this project. He was with me in Arizona for my I Ate Nothing But In-N-Out for a Week project, so I had to ask him his thoughts on this project in comparison.
Yeah.
Are you typically worried, like In-N-Out, were you worried?
No, not at all.
But you're worried for this?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's not food.
I mean, very good point you just made. You'll see me come to the realization of that during the progression of the video, but for now, I just want to let everybody know, please do not try this at home. I am a professional dumbass. I said hello to my Costco worker friends and told them what I was doing before placing an order and having my first ever double chocolate chunk cookie. These bad boys are only $2.49.
Oh, buddy.
Dude, melty. First bite in, I was like, wow, this is really good. But I never thought I'd say this about a dessert. It's just too damn big. Like, there's no reason whatsoever for this cookie to be that big other than to tell people, hey, look how big this cookie is. Unfortunately, I didn't have a choice at all because this is the only thing I'm going to be eating for the next 3 days, in case you missed the title of this YouTube video. 750 calories. I just ate 750 calories. And Bill also got a cookie and couldn't believe what I was getting myself into.
You're done.
I mean, he could believe it because it's me, but still.
Hardest challenge yet.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's gonna be a tough week. Huh? The Costco double chocolate chunk cookie also comes with a free stomach ache. Dude, I don't feel good right now. I don't feel good. I went back to my place to relax for a little because that cookie really made me want to go into a food coma. One thing I was very concerned about while doing this project was the lack of nutrition, of course, that I'd be eating, but also my energy levels or lack thereof. If you watch my video where I ate only Costco free samples for 3 days, I ran into this exact same problem, and let me tell you, I would rather jump into a pool of wet cement than ever do that again, so I'm quite nervous for this project. But to help me as much as I can, I'll do my usual walking goal of at least 10 miles a day and drinking a gallon of water a day. And maybe I'll add a little more praying in as well. After some time, I didn't have a stomach ache anymore, but my energy levels were definitely low. I wonder why. But at least both elevators were down in my apartment building, so I got to use even more energy on my way back to Costco for meal 2. I was just thinking about this the other day. I think I've been to Costco this year like a ridiculous amount, like 75 times. And I've gone shopping here twice. After taking my first bite of the second double chocolate chunk cookie, that's just the way the cookie crumbles, I've come to terms that the first bite is absolutely incredible, and every other bite goes significantly downhill. For me, it kind of depreciates like a car, except you don't obviously eat cars, unless you're this guy who ate a Ford Fiesta. One thing I'd like to bring to attention right now as well is that I'm obviously gamifying my hunger. I'm privileged enough to do that, and I also recognize that there are millions and millions of people in the United States and across the world that are not as privileged, that cannot do that go hungry every day. So while recognizing how fortunate I am, I'd also like to create a donation link for the Greater Cleveland Food Bank, who I've partnered with a ton in the past. Link is in the description if you are willing and able. Donations are appreciated, even like $1. And if you're not from here and want to donate to a local food bank by you, I strongly encourage that. As I went back to my car, I had another stomach ache, of course, because I'm a coward, and I was faced with this middle ground of thinking I've eaten a full meal while not receiving the nutritional benefits of having said full meal. I felt more bloated than this frog in the movie Shrek and decided I had to walk it off. The only person that takes bigger dumps than me is you, Augie. A very easy way that I thought of doing this was to walk my parents' dogs. They are very good boys, but they do sometimes use their powers for evil. And it honestly is a great way of getting a mile or two of walking in without even really feeling like it. For my final meal of day 1, I had premeditated constipation, aka a Costco double chocolate chunk cookie. And again, the first bite was incredible, but then every bite after that, I thought to myself, why the f do I make food YouTube content again? But I never met a cookie I didn't delete, so I got the job done, business per usual. I feel good right now, but again, every time I say that, I end up feeling like shit. I went back to my parents and focused on hitting my fitness goals for the day. So I played some basketball where I definitely made everything and didn't edit out all my misses. If I make this shot, it's gonna be a good week. I walked Augie and Guinness, and then I did a 2-mile run.
That sucked. That was not fun.
Weirdly enough, before running, my energy levels felt fine for some reason until they came crashing down on my way back to my apartment. Good night. I will see you tomorrow for day 2, I hope. Honk shoe, me, 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 me. After day 1, I've consumed 3 Costco double chocolate chunk cookies for no reason. The total calories today were 2,250, and I also walked exactly 13 miles today. I'm gonna lose a little weight during this project because I'm not eating a lot and I'm exercising a ton, but that's not the focus of this project, so I'm not going to acknowledge it. It's actually... Wait, what is the purpose of this project again? On the morning of day 2, I looked like I got hit so hard I should sue something.
The problem with not eating a lot of food, I don't have the energy to get up right now, and it's like 10:30.
I got some coffee in me before heading to work. Surprisingly enough, I really enjoyed eating my 4th cookie overall. I think for me personally, I can have dessert for breakfast. It's easier to justify because I am a degenerate and never eat breakfast. I was definitely starting to feel more bloated though, and I was worried about the digestive problems I typically have during all of my eating challenges.
Really nothing with nutritional value. Costco's a f***ing zoo, I swear.
But in the grand scheme of things, everything is a-okay. So instead of being negative and worrying about the next inevitable stomachache I get, I should just enjoy it as much as I can. With that mindset now, I was able to go on a 4-mile run along the beach. Yes, we sort of had beaches in Cleveland. And then I decided to take matters into my own hands about the stuff I was worrying about by going to CVS and getting some fiber gummies.
I played too many stupid games and have won too many stupid prizes, so I selected to play this game instead.
I also combined those fiber gummies with a cup of coffee because apparently I like chaos. And then I headed back to Costco for lunch.
I'm going for a very late lunch at about 4:30 and getting my 2nd giant cookie of the day. I might treat myself and have 2 tonight. I'm doing good given the circumstances, but that's also probably because I'm an idiot.
I ran into Cleveland rush hour traffic on the way, which this is basically it. I finally got to Costco after my drive was delayed by over 180 seconds. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I felt like shit after having my 2nd meal of the day. I mean, I obviously don't have to tell you that, like I'm just having cookies, like you would assume I'd feel like shit. But I also want you, excuse me, but I also want you to feel bad for me for the plot to thicken. I also noticed a half hour after eating each cookie, I usually felt good, so I kept that in mind for later, because I feel terrible right now. I don't like feeling terrible though, so I walked my parents' dogs to help me feel better again. I always really enjoy my time with them, and we were having a very great casual walk. However, that's when the chaos that I initiated before started to ensue. The fiber gummies at that point started to kick in, a half-mile away from my parents' residence.
We have to go back home quicker, okay? Let's go a little faster, okay? Joey's got to lose some weight.
So I ran home while the dogs did their best to slow me down and smell and bark at literally everything. To be fair, they also can shit and piss anywhere they want, so they probably were like, why aren't you doing this too? But I ended up making it back to the house in time and lost a lot of precious cargo.
Well, that escalated quickly.
I thought maybe having some Tums would be a good idea.
Somebody said during these eating challenges that I'm not allowed to have Tums because it's food. Off.
After playing basketball and making literally every shot and most certainly not missing any, I went back to Costco for dinner, aka my regularly scheduled torture time.
All right, it's time for dinner. I ate myself.
And I also made a very critical error on my last meal of day 2. Now let me show you what that error was. You know how at the end of night 1, I had literally no energy at all? Well, apparently my dumbass thought at the end of night 2,
I might treat myself and have 2 tonight.
Now, you don't have to be a mathematician to solve this next problem. If one Costco double chocolate chunk cookie has 0 nutritional value, what is 0 times 2? It's also 0. So I had double the stomachache as I typically do as a result. Why the hell did nobody say anything? Why isn't anybody helping? I'm literally spiraling right now.
That was a brutal move by me, but also very on brand.
I went back to my parents to walk the dogs and get some good vibes in me because I was feeling terrible. Because my dogs don't care if I'm an idiot. They love me for who I am. And also mostly because I walk them and feed them a lot of treats. After that, I eventually started to not feel like I was a waste management dump site. I just felt like a little garbage can. So I tested my luck and ran 3.5 miles, which, you know, at the time felt great, but of course, just like night 1, put me on my ass again.
The crazy thing about this project so far is all of it. All of it is crazy. I hate it and I want to be done immediately. Okay, good night.
After 2 days, I've eaten 7 absurdly large cookies for a total of 5,250 calories. I also was a lunatic and moved a total of 15.8 miles today for a 2-day total of 28.8, which moving that much is difficult enough to do on decent nutrition, let alone zero nutrition. I woke up 3 meals away from being done with the most unnecessary challenge ever.
It's 10 o'clock.
I met my friend Justin for coffee in the morning and was only 24 minutes late because it was very hard to get out of bed. My coffee had a little oat milk in it as well. And yes, that's technically another liquid besides water and coffee. So sorry if you're mad at that. But again, I make the rules around here. I then headed to Costco, and as I was walking inside, it was almost like they were playing a really messed up joke at my expense.
Today it literally smells like sweets. It smells like the Costco cookie.
You couldn't even make this up, I swear. It smelled like Willy Wonka's jockstrap. Hey, yo, what the fuck? The first chocolate chip cookie hit like a brick. Bricks hurt if you didn't know that. But again, the cookies just, they don't need to be that big. They can be smaller. Or maybe I need to be less stupid. And at this point, I definitely couldn't do another day of eating cookies. And I honestly thought I couldn't even do another meal of it. So to distract myself, I went to the mall and did some retail therapy, which I just found out was a thing. I bought too many shorts, spent too much money on stuff I didn't need, and on top of that, I still had a giant stomach ache, so yeah, that was kind of pointless. After walking the dogs and practicing for whenever a YMCA basketball team decides to call me up, I went back to Costco where Bill joined me again.
Thanks for joining me again. Are you happy to be back?
No, I smell cookies.
Dude, that's what I said this morning. Thank you. We don't fake the videos here.
Is this how you always eat it? Do you leave that, or
No,
do
I
you
don't
eat it?
know. I don't really know what's going on right now.
Do you leave nothing left, or do you don't eat the crust?
I eat and leave no crumbs.
Also, sorry for talking with my mouth open here and being really rude and gross. After my second to last meal of this project, we went to my alma mater. We actually used one of the outfits I got. It was for a photo shoot to recreate the iconic Wilt Chamberlain 100-point game photo. The reason why I'm doing that is because this channel just crossed 100,000 subscribers. I could cry right now. I really could. I'm so thankful. I really appreciate everybody so much for their support. You've literally changed my life so much, and I'm so thankful. Thank you so much. I won't let you down. I promise. I'm gonna continue to do stupid shit. I'm sorry for crying. It's crazy. My life, it's been a roller coaster, but it's all good. It's all good. Like, it's great now, and man, I'm so thankful. Thank you so much for the support. It's just been a dream for a long time, you know? Finally doing it, like, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. I didn't think I'd cry. I have a script right here. I didn't think I would cry. After that, Bill and I played pickleball where he thought he could defeat me since I only had cookies in my body. But I won 3 games out of 3 because I'll never let Bill beat me in pickleball.
Bill's gonna tell everybody he beat me. We played 6 games. I've won 5 times. He's a fraud.
I then took Augie and Guinness for a mile walk, and then after that, there was only one thing left to do, and that was dress up for the cookie funeral.
I'm not kidding you. This was the worst one by far. Worse than the free samples. Worse than chicken egg. Worse than anything. This one sucks.
So I hauled ass to Costco to eat another cookie for the final time, and that's when I was reminded of what Bill told me earlier.
You're an idiot.
No, not that. Did he even say that? What was the actual thing he said?
Hardest challenge yet.
That's right. This challenge was impossible. Harder than probably any challenge I've done to this point. So I need to celebrate this, but also use it as motivation. So I used that thought process to help push me over all the discomfort I was feeling physically and mentally. I then paid my respects to the final Costco double chocolate chunk cookie before deleting it off the face of the earth and finishing this project for good. And now, the results that nobody asked for. In the 3 days I did this project, I ate 10 Costco double chocolate chunk cookies for a total of 7,500 calories and paid $24.90 to feel like absolute shit. I walked a total of 36.5 miles and burned 12,212 calories in 3 days. I learned absolutely nothing from this project. No, like, that's it. Like, I learned literally nothing from this project. The video's over.
I know what I like, baby, I like